You mentioned Julius pretty often, and I know me working in player development myself, there's always a player that helps propel a trainer, just like there's always a group of players that helps propel a coach to go and get a bigger and better coaching job. Some of us may not like to admit it, but the reality is the players make us more than we even make them. We assist them, but they make us more than we even make them.
Big fact.
And who would you say was your guy?
Julius.
Julius was one that propelled you?
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
And
for sure.
How so? How do you think? What difference did you notice in how you were received regarding training, player development in Dallas as Julius started ascending? How did people start? I mean, how did you start being received?
Just more like they respect it. He was the best player in Dallas.
Right.
I mean, he was one of the
best player in the country.
Shit, at the time, it was him and Wiggins. And Jabari.
Right.
So it was like, oh, if this kid believes it, shit, we all should too.
Right.
And like that's to me where the training game gets messed up. Cause like I think there's a lot of trainers that know what they're doing that just they don't have the horses.
Right.
You know, and but yeah, Julius, man, I owe a lot to Jew. And you know that's my dog. So yeah, Jew all day. All day.
So now you're in Dallas, Texas. How long have you lived there, and what made you relocate to Dallas, Texas? What was the trigger?
Well, at the time, I talked to Gannon, and he was like, "Yo, there might be an opportunity in Dallas." So I went down to Dallas, and the opportunity, I was making breadcrumbs, smoothies every meal, and the opportunity wasn't what, I don't even want to get into that, but it was what it was. Let's put it that way. And after like a month, I was like, "Yo, I'm not doing this. Like I gotta." So I was grinding, like just trying to make ends meet. And that's what I think a lot of like young trainers don't get. Like,
you're not gonna blast out of the blocks.
Yeah, like I've been doing this now 11 years, 12 years. Like you're not gonna blast exactly. Like you gotta put in time. Like, and so that's why I went down, and then I've been there 11 years.
Right. So even with the struggle relocating because GB calls you down there, even struggling and whatnot, you say to yourself, "I ain't going back. I'm just gonna struggle it out, thug it out right here."
Right. Yeah.
So and you mentioned how business starts off at first for a trainer. So how is business at first for you when you arrive?
I mean, I wouldn't even call it a business. I mean, if we want to keep it a buck, like it was a hobby. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it was, you get $400 here, $300 here, you get $100 here, and and then my homeboy Greg, who I mentioned, moved out to Dallas.
Right.
So it was like, yo, let's just go make paper and like kick it. Yeah. It wasn't a business.
Right.
If I didn't know what I was doing.
Right.
I was just living. And and then I mean, the more kids that started coming, I kind of had to like be, all right, shoot. Like, I guess like this is what I'm gonna do. Mm-hmm. And then it became a business, and I started, researching and doing stuff like that, and business acumen and all that stuff.
Did you know early on that this was a lane where people were making 6 figures, 7 figures even?
Oh, hell no.
You had no idea when you jumped in?
No clue. I was gonna do it a couple years and then coach. That's what I thought. Cause I'm like, I love X and O's. I love like, all that stuff. So that's what I thought. I was like, I'm gonna do this a few years, meet people, network, and then I'm a coach.
Right.
Like I was going to the Final Fours.
Right.
I was trying
to become a coach.
Yeah. You know what I mean? But I wasn't like, my heart wasn't in it.
Right.
I was like, it was almost like I was trying, but I wasn't trying. No, no clue. No clue at all.
When did it become clear to you, like, oh shit, I can make a good living working for myself, not having a boss, except my clients being my boss, and have my freedom as well. When did that recipe come together?
Right 2015-ish. You know, right around the time that like Drew went to Kentucky. You know, because it was like we knew what it was with him. He was gonna go right to the league.
And, he was ready at prom.
Yeah, he was insane. You know, and really like it's dope because I felt like there was a lot of like stuff that me and him, we kind of came up together, and I think that's why we're so close. Like, you know, when he struggled with stuff, like it was like I was struggling with. Like anything he goes through, I go through, and vice versa. You know, so yeah, I'll say 2015 is when I kind of like it really became like a business, and then you know, COVID hit, and that's when I was like, yo, I'm opening a gym.
That leads me right into my next question.